Alright. So we need that scene right there to let the world know what mode we are starting with. And this run is dedicated to our beloved beauty friend here, Quinn. Much love to you. You contributed a lot to my little community, like instantly. You're awesome. I hope that you feel somewhere that we appreciate you very much. So Quinn, she is also a streamer, guys. Very chill streams. And a very nice community as well. You're awesome. Thank you. And there we had her.
During the year of the Cobra.
Boom. There we go. We're off. We are off. Feels good. Alright. So welcome to this Conan Exiles speedrun, guys. The goal in this run, that is called N%, that is to finish the game as fast as possible. Oh, that's cool. You got a ghost run in the corner. Yeah, I got it. And that is my previous PB. Not the world record, my previous PB. Whenever we have a new PB, we will put it down there. Whoops. You got excited, right? Caps excitement. So, how do we finish a game in Conan Exiles? Well, there is something called the Keystone. With the Keystone, we can safely unlock the bracelet and leave this cursed exile lands. So, yeah. To assemble the Keystone, we need to get our hands on six different artifacts and bring them to the altar on top of Chaos Mouth. The artifacts we want to have is the Heart of Sands, the Scourgestone. We need the Mask of the Witch Queen, the Screaming. We also need the Star of the Champion, Diadem of the Giant Kings, the Shining... how do you pronounce this? Trapezohedron. Yep. And we also need the Tears of Two Races. You got it! Thank you, man. Alright. So, our first stop will... you can see it in the splits there. It's the Gallaman's tomb. And we will fight a giant crocodile down there. And he will drop the Jagged Scourgestone piece. Fun fact. By commentating that run, you see all the time you could have saved there and there. Yeah, exactly. I do a lot of analysis. Now here's the thing. The Scourgestone that we need, it's shattered in 3 pieces. So we need to get those first, and we need to get those to Petruso, and he will assemble the Scourgestone for us. So let's talk a little bit about my route, shall we? I'm not making an optimized run right now. My goal here is to make a smooth, solid run without major mistakes. Major mistakes is like forgetting to craft a certain item on a certain spot in the run. It can be to pick up or not pick up the bedroll at correct times. Die to the Witch Queen, that's my specialty. And also to get a decent Death Dragon fight. Things like that. We want to have it smooth. Alright, so if I'm with my route that I have, if I make a smooth run, it will give us the world record with ease. And I also hope that making the run... What? You hate him. The Undead Dragon is the only thing I have lost to and haven't killed. You hate him. You will learn to love him. You will learn to love him. It's a sad story. We will get to the story about the dragon later. Anyways, I hope if I can get the world record and make it like a casual run, more or less, that it will trigger more to, you know, make the speed run. So this is like an invitation. You can beat me. I'm making this stuff, you guys. So in my route, I want to reach level 22 before we fight the Undead Dragon, so I can make a special weapon. And to reach levels, we want to get experience. And you can see the white little bar on the top left corner, on top of our health. That's the experience. When it reaches the right side, we get to the next level. So to get the experience, we are trying to do something they called the journey. The journey is tasks that, or events that we do during the gameplay. To trigger a journey, it can be like perform a roll or a kick, blocking an enemy attack with a shield, eat, drink, use a bendril, dye clothes, throw orbs, things like that. It gives us milestone, and it also pops up on the screen as we go. I want to beat you on that, just cause it's going to be a challenge. Oh yeah? I challenge you guys. I never done a speedrun in my life, but I'm gonna get this game and try. Nice! We can have a nice community, and how it works in the good speedrun communities is that you help each other out with strats and stuff. Because if you beat me, I have a challenge, I have something to strive for. And if I beat you again, you help me to improve and make me feel good. So that's how it kind of works. I love to do speedruns, but I got easily distracted by looting and exploration. Include it in your run. Work with it. So, in my run, I don't use yellow lotus potions, but I use aloe potions for healing, and that's a safety strat. When you're really good, when you make the run, you know, the world record run that no one can beat, you just go. You don't waste time on freaking potions. I tell you that. The yellow potion, the yellow lotus potion, it allows you to reset your character's attributes, and attributes in this game give buffs to your character. We're gonna give our character some buff when it comes to vitality. After that, we boost our strength a little bit. But the vitality buff gives us less. It makes so we don't take so much damage when we travel in the cold and the warm temperatures later on in the game. So that's a focus for me. It wouldn't work because I have to gather the Absol Remnant and Hunger. I see Black Eyes weapons and Serpent Skin armors is really good. But then you can create your own category. You can make a category like crafting the first what did you say? Black Eyes weapon. And when you do that, you finish your run. So you can create your own runs and submit them to the community as well.
Another new one. In the beginning, there were only a few of us. But now, it seems like fresh-faced fools are showing up every week.
Alright, so talking to this guy and drinking, it also adds to our journey, which gives us experience. So that's pretty cool. Here is a link, guys, to the Conan Exiles leaderboards on speedrun.com. that is where we're gonna submit our run later. If when we take the world records. So here you can see me picking up the aloe vera plants. Right here you have to be a little bit careful because they have now implemented the pet system, and that means those little guys, the babies, you can pick them up, but they are super heavy. It will make you encumbered, and that will make you lose time. So no pets. No pets. So you see that big cliff there in the distance? That is the Gallaman's tomb where we are heading right away. Before we enter the Gallaman's tomb and fight the big crocodile, I want to craft a bed right here and a box. This is a good area. You see there's a lot of trees and a lot of stones right here. So it's a good spot to do it. So the bed and the bedroom are being used for something we call death warps. That's enabled since we're running on easy mode, and it means that when we die, we respawn at our bed or in our bedroll without losing our inventory. If you found an auto walk button, you could do inventory management while swimming. Oh yeah, that's a very good speedrun strat. I'm not that experienced yet. You can also harvest while you're in your inventory. So GG there, Housey. We're definitely gonna do that at that point. It's on love for you. So I had a safe strategy before to build a little home in this area. We are now starting to skip that because most of the time we have enough experience and level to do the weapon. Not always though, so it's definitely something that will be looked over when we optimize the run. Alright, there we go. We are now in Gallaman's tomb, and we're gonna have a little fight down here with the crocodiles. Evil crocodiles, using me as a snack. So I'm going into the attributes and I add a few strength points right there. That means that the smaller guys will be dealt with just one strike. Alright, so here comes the big guy. The big guy. I don't know anything about the Gallaman yet. And I think this tomb, this boss, can be a placeholder for future content. It's scary. If I was to speedrun, it would probably be an RPG, but I need all day to learn it. Yeah. I had a look on Original Sins, Divinity Original Sins 2, and there is a speedrun community for it, and there's a lot of different categories, so that's definitely interesting. That's a beautiful RPG. A beautiful RPG. So what we're doing right here is taking a little, what do you call it? detour. You see this camp over there. What we are looking for when we go into camps, that is first of all iron. Iron bars. We want iron bars so we don't need to gather so much stone. We're also looking for gas orbs. We're looking for dye. And if you're lucky, you can loot a Dafari mask, which boosts your damage a little bit. And you can also loot, if you're lucky, you can loot a war paint. Dafari rarely drop iron. Better chance against Blackhand. Yeah, they will come later. And the pirates drop a lot. So we're taking some arrows. Alright, so after this little camp, we will closing in on a decent locations for a little camp. I'm not sure if this will be the best spot or not, but it works out for now. It might be something we look over when we optimize the run. In this area we got a giant spider world boss as well, and if we're unlucky he can egg run us. It depends a little bit on his movement pattern. The reason I like this spot is that it's on the way to the Undead Dragon, so we're progressing our route a little bit. We got a lot of stone here, and we need a total of 1,000 stones, 1,040 to be exact, to create the furnace and the blacksmith. There's also coal here, which works as fuel for the furnace, the cooking pot, things like that. Hope you like spiders, by the way. The woman character looks like they run faster. Yeah, maybe they do. Maybe they do. Yeah, so running speed is also a thing we need to have a look on. And I know that if you jump on certain rocks or obstacles in the world, you get a speed bonus naturally. What could done there to save time was to use the right click heavy 3 times. It makes a spin. Yeah, I use it sometimes when I can think of it. I use it. Ooh, bear! Bob the Bear is coming in with unhost. Nice to see you, Bob. Welcome to my little speed run here. Nice to have you. Here's some love for you. Bob the Bomb, see me away from keyboard. I hope you're good. I hope you enjoyed your weekend. Yeah, I spent my nights with Bob and watched him playing Skyrim, the DLC content. And I must say the dungeon with the mechanics, very good. Very good. The little Smurf you have there, he feels like he's like very happy and dancing. I like that. Alright, so more spiders, more stone, more coal. So this part here will be probably one of the main focus. How can we do on this faster? I mean, this takes a lot of time in the run. I may complain about some of the bugs, but Skyrim is still my favorite. Oh, you should play Conan or Ark for a little while. That will switch your mind with bugs. Not saying there's a lot of bugs in here, but I have not played Skyrim. Arrgh! Yeah, we have the Icebox here with us today. He is a map modder for Ark, working on a very interesting project right now. Unfortunately, we can't talk too much about the project because people stealing ideas, you know how it is. But I'm really looking forward for the finished project. Then we're gonna play some Ark here as well. Not many bugs, he says. I fell through the floor 6 times today. Yeah? Oh my god. But we're not talking about them. You know? A law of attraction thing. If we ignore the bugs, they might disappear. Yeah, in the speedruns we do a lot of stuff. Alright. So we plop the furnace right here. That's when we split. So I need that split to be because getting to this point is important in the speedrun if you want weapons going. So that's why I need a split so I can analyze a little bit. Then we come to something that we call Iron Age. That means I gather the resources we need for the weapons I want. And when I have all the resources and put them into the furnace, that's when we are done with this split and move on to the game. So it might be a bit confusing, but now you know why it's there. It keeps me keep track on what the hell is going on. So in the distance, we should see the giant spider very soon. His home is close to that pillar over there. And when you are encumbered in this game, you will move very slow and you will lose stamina fast. So rolling is an alternative. So you can insert any song with Rolling Stones right now. That would be very suiting. So you can see I try to hug the wall and I try to angle the camera a little bit to the right here. Make sure I don't get aggro on the black spider. I'm not sure what I would do differently if I got aggro. I would just die. Maybe stop what I'm doing and try to run as far away from the bed as I can. Would be the best threat. Alright, so we reach this area. If we have good RNG and find iron here, or gas orbs, dye, we can consider us lucky. This is a part that we might skip later. So we can call this part to be like a safe strat. We're getting experience also from fighting the NPCs. So it's gonna be a discussion if it's necessary or not to do this thing. I think spending less time here and more time with the pirates is a better way to do it. As you can see, we're not very lucky. As a frustration, we're picking up some arrows. I mean, 1 iron bar, that's like not worth it. So doing this and having like the answers, we know that this was a complete waste of time. We're still doing a good run here. So basically, when it comes to the end, this was a good thing. But we didn't know that right now. So we're not done yet. From here, we are gonna go back to the bed with a death warp. That takes 10 seconds. Rolling down there, being encumbered and stuff like that, that would take much more time. You can see we need 25 more rocks, and we have 26 in the crafting queue. So we're all good with rocks. We don't need any more rocks. So right now we just empty whatever we have in our pockets. We're gonna make another death warp here and progress our location on the map. We're gonna go back to the bedroom. If you were noticed, we plopped the bedroll outside the Gallaman's tomb. I'm picking up the bedroll again and progressing towards the passage where we're gonna fight the queen. But we are still gathering resources for our weapons though, so that is what's gonna happen. Stamina management is also a thing when it comes to speedrun. When you run, you lose the stamina. That's the yellow bar, and if it goes down, you will walk slowly for a while and wait for the stamina to go back. So in a perfect run, you never lose all of your stamina. And as soon as you're back with stamina, you start running again. So here we lost track of our location, and we missed out on the little camp that you could see there to the left. 3 times I had found the Afari mask in that camp. So that's why I want to include that in my run. It's not included here though. So. Of course we have itches. Yeah, I noticed that sometimes I fall through the ground when I respawn at the bedroom. So this little camp up here, I recently added that to my route. Before I just run past here. But if you're lucky, you get a lot of iron up there. So here we had 5. Not sure why I picked that up. And entering this area also gives us the exploration points. You don't get instant experience from all of the locations you explore. But I think you get experience when you explore a certain amount of locations and add them together. That's when the experience points happens. Here we get an orb. Didn't take it. But here we get some dye. So we want to pick that up. Did I miss my orb? Interesting. So dye an item, another journey step. So that's a good thing. So that thing alone made it worth the run up here. There was some alcohol drink as well. We're gonna try to implement that in a run as well. It keeps you warm and stuff. So if we have that, we might be able to route differently. Yeah! We might be able to route differently in the cold. Because there is a shortcut from where we're going now. The passage, you see it down in the split. You can exit into the northern parts to save time. I think it saves you about 4 minutes just taking the shortcut. That's a world boss right there. Just messing around with him a little bit. I do a couple of those things to know that I can make a lot of time saves when we optimize the run. So here we're closing in on where we're gonna plop the bedroll. Because this is on our way to where we're going later. And at this area we have the rest of the iron that we need for the run. And as I said before, I'm not sure if this is like the perfect spot. When I was routing, I just realized that this route was much faster than what the previous world record holder has in his run. So we're getting up here to the camp. Still no gas orbs, no Dafari mats. 2 iron bars in that guy. Annoying archers. A lot of annoying archers. Five iron bars, and that's not too bad. One more NPC. With 4 iron bars. So if they have like 4 or 5 iron bars, it's worth the kill. It's worth the time. Somewhere I have all the numbers for exactly how many iron ores and how many iron bars you need, but I'm not using it yet. On purpose. I want someone to beat my record, so I can beat it again and have a thing going. There is also another thing that might be of interest when it comes to Speedrun Conan, and that is if they patch the game in a way that what we do now cannot be done later. Let's say glitches with bosses, things like that make them easy today and make them harder later. You might want to have separate runs. Alright, so we got the iron that we need here. We skipped the iron on top of the stone pillars there to save a few seconds of time. So now we're back and we're plopping in our resources in the furnace. We already have the bricks that we need, so we're taking them out again. Make sure that the furnace is running I forget sometimes, and that's really bad. So as soon as we are done here with empty our pockets, stuff like that, we're gonna make another death warp, and that, my friends, ends the Iron Age. Now we're good with iron, but we're gonna keep collecting iron bars during the run. But we're done with gathering and shopping and behaving. So next stop will be a location that is between the passage, the Buccaneer Bay, and where we turn in the things to Petruso, the sand ruins. So have you guys played like it's called Bull or Bokia, I think? You're gonna be close with your ball to the little ball. That's how you think when you're placing this bedroll. And that's just one strat. I have another strat that we will try at some point, especially if we are gonna make the alcohol run. We will do differently. But at this point we will place it here in the middle. After the run, I will also publish a map with my route in my Discord. So anyone else that is speedrunning this game and you know, wanna have friends and hang out with the community and develop the run together, you can find my route in my Discord. I will publish it after the run today. Teamwork 100%, yay! That's how it works when I was an MMA instructor. To become a really good fighter, you don't have enemies around you. You have friends. If your teammates are really, really good and you work out together, that's the only way that you can be even better. And that's how it works, right? And also, you know, inspiration, things like that. And when it comes to streaming and Twitch and making creative content, whatever, we can raise each other and stuff like that. Makes for better, you know, more entertaining streams like that. And wise words indeed, yes, thank you. And you were like a peer, you're good in PR and networking, Quinn. I heard your wise words as well. So here we're closing in on a very interesting area. I like what they did here with the game. A black site. My brother, Black Site, I miss you so much. It's an honor to have you here. And also today, because today is a little bit of a special day. Since we're getting the world record speedrunning Conan Exiles. It makes me happy to have you here. So this area right here, you see all of those yellow lotus flowers? Mire of Eternal Dreams. I love it. So good. It's so good. So we're closing in to the passage here, where we will fight the Sand Reaper Hive Queen and get the broken Scourgestone piece. And as I said before, the passage is also a shortcut to the snow biome. You will end up to the north of Bin Jakin Seal. So if you live here in the jungle on your server and you know, you maybe want to go to the north, if you don't have a map roam, this might be a good shortcut for you guys. Oh, thank you, Black Sight. Feels good to hear. It feels good to hear. And it's really nice to have you back online. I saw your message. You still have your computer at the computer doctor. I hope they can fix it and return it for you. I also hope you find time to hang out with us. The movie nights that we are starting out is a great opportunity to just chill and get some love. Watch a nice movie. You're on my phone right now, sadly. Yeah, I could imagine. Alright, so here. Oh, I forgot to split. Damn it! We're in the passage, and we're gonna fight the bug queen here. We're gonna make some debugging. Lots of spiders lives down here, and also the Reaper Hive Queen creature. I think this is one of the most easiest fight in the game, probably because we are starting to get some levels going, and maybe because we've done this fight like 3,000 times, something like that. And one strat that will be used when we optimize the run, that is to kite the spiders close to her, this little beast, because she will kill them for you. I'm having the daggers there because they have a perk on them to make your enemies bleed, so that's also part of the journey step. We got a lot of journey steps just fighting, go berserk on this poor little creature. Can I join you guys in the movie nights from my computer, from my phone? Yeah, maybe if you can. I make sure you guys get the movie. So the thing it works is that everyone has the same movie and we start it at the same time, and then we hang out on like a voice call, like a conference call, and watch a movie together. So we have to try and see if it works, watching a movie and communicate at the same time. So that's the broken Scourgestone piece for you guys, and we're now death warping back to the bedroll. We're still leaving it there. We're gonna use it once more, and now we're on our way to fight some pirates. Some pirates. So when we reach Buccaneer Bay, we will take our time to kill some NPCs and loot some chests. With good RNG, we get lots of iron bars here, and hopefully, cross my fingers and hopes to die, gas orbs. I really like to use gas orbs because we can trigger some events and cheese some boss fights with those. So it's interesting. I'm still experimenting a little bit with the gas orbs. It sounds fun, right? Yeah, but we have a good time watching the movies. Alright, so this is quite a calm and straightforward run to the Buccaneer Bay. I'm not sure what will be the fastest way. I think the fastest way is the other route when we are not going this way. We are going from the passage to the pirates directly. I think that route is a bit faster if you don't get stuck on spiders and stuff like that. I like this area with the trashed ships and stuff. I haven't found any lure yet about this area. I haven't spent much time here on the servers. Not yet, not yet. I'm just passing through. I have a date with some pirates. But I've seen on other streams people building very nice bases in the trees. And a nice feature that's in the game is vertical elevators. So you can have like a platform going from one tree to another. And that's so awesome. That's really cool. So here I'm also gathering some insects actually. That's what I'm looking for, because I really wanna, you know, be in good health when we reach the Witch Queen. I'm also trying to avoid this panther here because it's very savage if he gets us. Had you got a record on Conan before? This is the record. This is the record. We're making a talk through over the run. So you're watching it right here. When we're done here, I'm gonna submit it. We're almost making a time travel. GG. That's right. That's right. And this is where we reach Buccaneer Bay. Alright, so here we have a lot of those chests. Sometimes you can find like 20 iron or something like that. I think I forgot to throw an orb in this run. I also gonna try to practice. You can hover the NPCs and grab the loot without opening the inventory like that. You can just quick loot. But I'm not good on that. So I left it out for now. When I realized, oh, we can get the world record without doing it. Let's not do it yet. And let's do it later. And here she is now. Huntress Tales. Welcome. Nice to have you. Hope you're good. We're making a talk through here over the run that I was telling you about. Oh, you're on the server even as we speak. Nice, nice, nice. And welcome. Feels good to have you. So I struggled a little bit at this point, but we were good anyways. So guys, Huntress Tales. She is a role player, a good one. And she plays Conan Exiles on a big roleplay server called Hyborian Age. Where they got a lot of awesome roleplays there. But she also spent some time with us on our server. So it's an honor to have you. Role-playing inspires me in a few ways. I think it's an interesting way to play the game, especially games like this. And also you get closer to your character. You get involved in the game on a different level. I like that. Brought my buddy along to see the server. We're looking for the city. Oh, the wall. Yeah, it's southwest from where you were showing me before. It changed your game focus, it does. And we're gonna increase the gathering rates a little bit for the server. So we can focus a little bit more on the building aspects from the game. And also, since how the map is designed, you need to take your little butt to certain places to get the resources anyways. So I think it's a little bit rewarding anyways. So we're gonna raise the gathering rate. We have a straw poll on the rates in our Discord. If you wanna claim your opinion on what rate you want, you can do that. So that's where I split when I'm done with my inventory stuff after getting the shattered Scourgestone piece. That's where I do my split. Alright, so now we're off to meet the Witch Queen. The Witch Queen fight is where I usually mess up my runs. By being greedy and sloppy. You know, she hits hard and she may combo you around pretty good. So, we're gonna dive in some info about the mask and the queen as we're running there. Hope you're okay with that. So this mask that the queen has was used by the witch queen of Lemuria to communicate with her primary deity. And that's Dagon, you know, the statue, the god. And she did this before the kingdom sank into the ocean during the catalysm. When the Lemurians crossed into the land of the giant kings, they negotiated for somewhere to settle, and the witch queen, wary of her forced exile of her people, helped the giant kings to forge the bracelets. Those one that keeps us here. So, yeah, she was like responsible for the communication between the two races. Later, like right now, when we're playing the game, this mask possessed the exiled Ramasa, controlling her thoughts and forcing her to start rebuilding the palace at the heart of Selha. And that's the area where we're entering right now. So a cool in-game thing is that when you defeat the Evil Queen, she drops the mask, but also a key. This key gives you access to Rasama's house that can be found in, what is it called? The Epermeru, the city of the relic hunters. We also know it as the Set City. This is also where you can find Conan, right? So if you go there with the key, you can talk to her. You will get some interesting lore about the Witch Queen. I think they did a very good job with the lore aspect of this creature. So we got some doing monkey business. Forgotten city of Selha. Right here. This can be a bit messy. We just had one monkey there. Sometimes you have like 3 or 4. So it can be like a death trap. $79 iron bars so far. I'm not sure about the exact number you need. I think between 60 and 80 is what you need. Then you can also do the iron hammer that sunders enemies. You have a perk to sunder the enemies. Alright, so here comes the boss fight. If we've got gas orbs here on this fight, we can use them to interrupt this dialogue and make Dagon start fighting with us instantly. The statues will not take meal damage until the dialogue was supposed to end, but they do take gas damage, which means when we can fight them with our weapons, they have less damage, so that makes it faster. You saw I got hit there in a weird way. That is, if you kill them and they started an attack animation, the attack will still happen. So you have to be like swift and roll away. And I think things like that can be patched and affect the speedrun. So it's time for the Witch Queen. Another funny strat that you can use, that I will probably use when we start speedrun on a harder difficulty, that is to place gas orbs when you fight the Witch Queen. Run around the gas and make sure the Queen runs through the gas. Is real.
I was supposed to be your
Yeah, so right now I think we have like a decent smooth run. We're not doing something magical here. We are not screw things up either. If you're patient and land your attacks correctly with the two-handed sword, you can land the Witch Queen on her back. Good things with that is that she can hit you when she is laying down, and I think the more hits you give in a combo makes more damage. It also gives you a higher chance to cripple or sunder your enemy to give the weapon effect. Alright, easy. There's the key. Right there we remove the bracelet. We're done with the Masked Queen. And it's time to visit Petruso in the desert. This time we want to bring the Barrow. So far so good, but we still have the Undead Dragon to fight, and yeah, he can be a pain in the butt. He can troll you pretty good. So this is a quite calm and nice phase of the speedrun. We know if we had a good queen fight, and we can prepare ourselves mentally to fight the Undead Dragon. So you can see that I'm still picking up stuff. I'm still gathering resources, things like that. It doesn't give you much, but it do give you a little bit of experience. If you read on the wiki site, picking up one stone will give you 1 experience. Well, buddy, I gotta go now. I will see you around. Alright, Black Site, it was an honor to see you again, and it made me happy and warm. So yeah, and if you want to talk, Just hang out, let me know. We found a good time. And you stay safe now. We love you very much. Yeah, I really hope the tech doctor fixes his computer like right now. I never had any problems running this way to the desert ruin. The sand-swept ruins, is that what they are called? I think so.
Shh. Then I was lurking.
Gonna lurk while I play some Destiny PvP. Savage. Alright, you have a good lurk. You're gonna play with your brother. Give him my love. And I'll catch you later, Housey, and thank you for being here. Housey boy! Boy, 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 boy. Nah. Doing what? Dailies, I see. I got it. I used to play a lot of Heroes of the Storm before. Making the dailies. Kinda nice. There he is. The maniac. You can't blame him, right? I mean, he's been here for a while.
A mad fool. Singing sands.
There we go.
Stinging sands. Singing, stinging, ringing sands.
Heart of Sands.
Biting sands.
Next up,
Biting, smiting
the Undead
sands.
Dragon. The Undead Dragon. So, what I'm doing now is that I'm picking everything up in the box and the cooking camp. Oh no, you died! And I made a death warp. It was a controlled death. Since we're playing on easy, we can die, respawn, and keeping our inventory. But believe me, Bob, it will not be a thing when we do this on normal difficulty. Then we will be up for like 8 hours speedruns or more. Died. We just made a soul transfer, a soul travel. Yeah, so as you can see here, we are level 21 right now, and that's an issue. And that will make me a little bit confused. So, but first we're gonna unlock the two-handed iron sword. We wanna unlock a bit more things. We did the journey step to reach level 22. We didn't complete it, so I'm like, do I have to build a home? I'm having a look on my journey, and I can see there, eating a filling meal will be a milestone. And when we did that, we reached our milestone, level 22. Now we can unlock this iron spear weapon thingy and the iron corkscrew. So we're happy. So we were a bit of luck here that we didn't panic. So with the weapons in hand and the potions, we're gonna pick up the bed and make sure we're not encumbered. And as you can see here, I'm doing this kind of slow, actually. Like hesitating, not sure what to do, how much arrows, what should we have in our inventory. So that is why I call this a very sloppy run. Picking up the bed, not encumbered, and we're ready to go. To our right, we can see the little spider. We don't want to mess with him. But yeah, we're all good to go and face the Undead Dragon. Alright. So, when we're fighting the Undead Dragon, we will get an artifact called the Star of the Champion. The Star of the Champion is a gem, unsurpassed beauty, glowing with white light that sets the world into shimmer. And once in the ancient past, it was awarded to Tyros, the Deathbringer. We're gonna fight him later. For becoming the champion of the Giant King's arena. In his final battle, he was to fight the mightiest dragon created by the Giant Kings. A magnificent creature of enormous stature. Tyros, he defeated the beast, but in his victory, he saw the death of something noble and he wept. Insert shivers and tears here. He pinned the Star of the Champion, the ring, to the corpse of the creature. And the mighty beast was buried right here beneath the sands in the arena. Later on, when Tyros was cursed with immortality by his father, the dragon inherited the curse and rose again to stop the arena. So that's where we are right now, fighting the Undead Dragon. The most annoying part here, except dying, is the skeletons. Also, if he fall out of bounds and we can't touch him. So right now I'm looking for him, like no, no, no. But we can see his head. There's a hope. And we can poke him and get aggroed on us. So keeping him aggro on us and deal with the skeletons, and that's the primary focus here. And I bet they will patch this fight. But it will be much harder. And when they do that, I think we're gonna have different categories. We're gonna have one category called Old Patch, and we're gonna have one category called Current Patch. But we have to see what happens. So, I will try to describe what's going on. When we have a skeleton, I try to take cover behind the corner. And when it comes to the dragon, I want him to be in the center of the staircase right here. So when I manage to do that, I alternate between some weapons. The daggers make him bleed, losing a little bit of health over time. I'm also want to keep him sundered. That makes my weapon deal more damage, I think. And the two-handed sword that makes him quick. That means slow him down a little bit. And then I have this pike that got a good reach, so I can hit him underneath or behind the stairs or the walls. So yeah, that's how you wanna fight the Undead Dragon for now. For now. Yeah, you also have weird bouncy things going on. You wanna hug a wall so you don't have fall damage and die. stamina management is also a thing here. The spear draws a lot of stamina. Halfway through. But if we keep this up, it's a decent dragon. We also were lucky here in this run because the dragon was already here. Sometimes he is like in the far end of the sinkhole outside in the arena, and you have to start to shoot arrows on him, and that will also aggro more skeletons. So a lot of RNG is going on in this fight. What's going on there? It looks like a dance. There, we got him. So he's gonna twitch a little bit, and we wanna kind of hurry and make sure we get a whack on him with the pick, so we get the artifact. All right, so. We got a decent Undead Dragon, and we got a good Witch Queen. And we know now that we are on a good run or not. In this case we are. So it's time to get focused. This is where, alright, it's worth fighting for. It's worth shaping up. No more mistakes from here. Let's go. 2 important steps lays ahead of us right now. We want to place the bed so we have an easy walk to the Chaos Mouth when we are closing into the end. Focus! Yeah, that's right. That's why this happens when we're not streaming and we have the focus offline in the middle of the night. That's when the magic happens. The second part that is important, that is to get some ice. And you can see it there in the split. And we want the ice so we can survive in the heat down in the volcano. If you have some ice in your hotbar and you eat on it, it will keep you cool. So, Ice Baby makes for cool chicks in this game, especially in the volcano. The next boss fight will be Daddy. I call him Daddy. He's also known as the King Beneath, the Barrow King, or the Priest King. You know, a beloved child got many names, right? That's what they say. So slaying this Priest King creature will give us the Diadem of the Giant Kings, and that's one of the artifacts that we need to create the keystone. So long to large to be worn by a human, this diadem hums with the contained power taken from the Priest King of the Giant Kings, known today as the Barrow King. The story of the diadem is one of betrayal and hatred. It seems that the Priest King was the father of Tyros, the Deathbringer. You know, the guy that was killing the dragon? Tyros turned against his father at some point during the war between the Lemurians and the Giant Kings, and his father cursed him for this. And he also cursed his loyal warriors. That will be the undead creatures. That is like roaming the lands. Such is the strength of this diadem that Tyros and his men were cursed to live forever. A silent legion boring the ruins of the north. So that's a part of the lore that goes with the diadem and Daddy, the priest king. And you will know later what this betrayal was. So all you have to know is that in the ancient times there came a people called the Lemurians to these lands, and there was a war going on. That's all you need to like remember. Alright, so here's another thing that will guarantee a time save. I don't know where to go when it's dark. Like seriously. That's kind of the first thing that you practice. Like, where do you run? If you can't see anything. If you have a day and night cycle, you want to be able to make the run in the dark. I have no clue. So I'm lost, I'm cold, it's raining, I'm scared, I'm lonely. The good thing is, we have time to save here. A lot of time to save here. Anyway, somewhere here in this area is where we're gonna place the bed. And then we're gonna run in some direction. Hopefully the right direction. And again, we are on our way to place to get some ice. Also in this run I had some issues with wolves that we can't see. And now when we know the outcome, this is quite funny. I was not very amused last night. So I'm trying to find my way up on the mountain that kind of creates a ring, a wall around the Osgarth location. Northern Asgard. And this happens. I mean, look at my health. But we were lucky. We got the wolves that were attacking us. We survived. We took our time to look on the map, and we still have a run. But I was thinking like, come on, game, this is not happening. This is not fair. All the hours I put into routing this. And you treat me like this. But we're all good. We're all good. So in my route, I found a way where we can walk without having to deal with frostbite. So frostbite and heatstroke is two in-game effects that can happen to a character. If you're in a cold climate and it's not protected, you get frostbite, and you start taking damage, and you can't climb either if you have a frostbite. And in the top left corner, you sometimes have information telling you what's going on. If you have shelter, if you regenerate health, things like that. And now you will start to see information about the temperature. It's the weight information on the gray background. And we also have an interesting game feature here. The clothes we are wearing, they are protecting us from heat in the desert. That means if we wear them now, when it's getting cold, we take more damage. So yeah, that's why we had a nice little striptease. We should insert some romantic music and red lights there. We add that in the future. We're getting some ice. I would say we are good with about 40. We're all good. I think we need less. And you can see we had frostbite, we took some damage, it's extremely cold, but now we're good. We're like, okay, we got this. So there we got the ice. Now we got the ice. So right now we're gonna run to a location and plop our bedroll that will be on our way to where we're going after this boss fight. After the Barrow King, we're gonna go to something that called the Well of Skelos, that is inside the volcano. So right now we're heading to a good position to plop a bedroll for a nice death warp. Look at this place. So cool. So cool. You know, you love the snow scenes? Yeah, it's pretty. I think they did a good job with the scenery in the game, actually. To be an open world sandboxy game, it looks good. I also like how they implemented like a fog when you see far, instead of just having the environment not showing up until you get closer. That's also a thing, but they cover it up on a lot of places with like a haze or a fog, something like that. So what are you up to tonight, Quinn? I think it's still like in the middle of the day for you. What are you going to do? Gonna stream Overwatch maybe? If I will be getting Fallout 76, I don't know. I don't know if it's good, and if it's cross-platform, I will get it and play with Housey Boy. Not like an Arc, what you mean here. We have it here as well, but it's more in Arc. Rocks just popping up. We have it here as well, but a bit less. They covered it up. It's 2 p.m. here. Yeah, right now, raiding in World of Warcraft. Ooh, yeah, less rage, right? And you're doing a Star Wars cosplay. Ah, awesome! I'm gonna be there. More rage. Don't rage. It's not healthy. It's not healthy. It's not good for you. In the looking for raid feature, I wiped 4 times on one boss. It's a nightmare, but I love it. Wait a minute, I don't play WoW, so I'm a bit confused. I know what looking for a raid. You're like going to an area and you're gonna enter to fight a boss, and you get queued, kinda. But what do you mean you wiped? You got killed or kicked from the party? Yeah, this area that we're entering right now, that's also a place that I need to learn how to route. You see, I'm looking on the map a lot. I'm not sure where to go. And this time I entered like, where the hell am I? So this is also good news. We can save a lot of time doing this right. I'm doing one of the newest expansion raids. My raid team can't down this particular boss. We died 4 times. Oh! And you're like, come on guys, get good or get out. But it's better that it's really hard and you're still enjoying it than it's super easy and you get bored of it. Am I right? Enjoy the healer. Okay, that's good. That's good. And I say always greet your healer, even if the healer is not super good. You see, I'm so lost right here. So I was like, am I ruining my run? Am I choking the run here? So this is what happens when you choke a run. You make mistakes. You have a good run, you're in a good phase, but you make a mistake that like ruins the run. You love being a warrior because of rage. Yeah, I played a little bit of WoW when it was vanilla. We had our own server. And played around a little bit with databases and stuff. And then I was a warrior. It was pretty cool. And we had the rage already back then. Alright. Barrow King. Yeah, so this was like, what the hell are we doing? But then I had a look on the comparison video and I realized we are ahead. We've got a lot of time. Let's do this. Alright, so this is a daddy. He's a bit frustrated that he is awakened by a mortal. And that it's too easy, like challenge, whatever. You have to go, Libby. Thank you for hanging out. Here's some more love for you. You stay safe, and I'll see you soon. So a cheesy way to deal with this boss, because he always goes up to that corner. If he got aggro on you, but can't hit you, he goes up to that corner. You can throw a gas orb there and just wait. And just jump in and give him a good whack. Get the diadem and run out. Alright. So with the diadem in our hands, it's time to turn on the heat and enter the volcano. In my run, I enter through the dragon's mouth. I think that's what it's called. I might be wrong. And the road there is not giving us frostbite. Walking this path right here is not giving us frostbite. It also put us close to the Well of Skelos while we're in the volcano, so it's kind of a shortcut. Down in the well, we will fight whatever dwells beneath the volcano, and we will get the shining trapezohedron. This artifact is spoken of in whispers by the united cults of the Hyborian Age. It is rumored to be a window into all of space and time, but with the cost of the user risk bearing their soul to the powers from the outer dark, and it comes from an outer planet. It comes from space. So, the Serpentmen of Valusia were in possession of this object, and how they came to be living beneath the volcano in the exiled lands is a mystery. Perhaps fleeing their genocode at the hands of the legendary Cull of Atlantis, they made their way to the exiled lands where they befriended the giant kings through worship of their deity, Seth. Are you following? They're like, oh, they like this god, let's do that too, and be friends. In return, they were allowed to live in the caldera of the volcano and build their cities down there. However, it was too late for the serpent men. Degenerate and dying race, lacking the genetic diversity to continue, they found themselves coupling with snakes and lesser reptiles in the hope for preserving the species. But as time passed, they lost all hope of survival and instead prayed for a bitter revenge upon the races. They crafted a staff with their ancient magics and summoned a presence via the trapezohedron to inhabit a staff and lead a giant kings to their downfall. If they must die, they would take as many with them as possible, and most especially the cursed children of humankind. So it's a sad story, the Serpent Men, and yeah, it makes me sad that they take their anger out on the peeps. So sad, so sad. Alright, so we're in the volcano and we have the ice ready, and when we eat the ice you can see we have a lot of stats going on. We get cooled down, and that prevents us from getting heat stroke and taking damage. So if you're ever gonna, walk in an active volcano, bring ice. Be one of the cool kids. So down here, when we reach the Well of Skelos, can't speak. The hardest part is the RNG with spawns of serpent men archers. I don't like the serpent men archers, except that it's kind of straightforward. I'm not sure if this works, but I angle my camera a little bit down and forward. I feel that my character is not making weird leaps and have fall damage. I feel it gives me a little bit of control. Alright, so the first serpentman here is a melee fighter, but he's not shooting at us. And that's really good. If we are unlucky, we have a lot of archers here shooting us, make us crippled and staggered. It can be hard to reach this area. In this run, we have very good RNG. There's one archer. And you see, he is not missing. All good. All good. And we have what we need. We have some cooked human flesh for emergency healing while we go. And we also have some aloe vera potions with us. This guy also a melee warrior, because this run here can be a pain in the butt if he's an archer. So yeah, I'm considering this to be one of my best volcano runs ever. Here we are checking out what we have here. There is an archer, but we are running downwards, so it makes it hard for him to hit us. And when dropping down this edge, we usually de-aggro the archers and can focus on this fight. Fighting this guy opens that big door to our left. It's not too hard if we just be careful. I need to practice my stamina control here. But the doors open and we can continue. Once again, you see the arc, the doorway. This area can have a lot of archers, and we have a lot. We have like 1, 2, 3, 4 archers here shooting at us. We were lucky, the guards at the door, they were melee. So much amazing detail. Do you mean in the environment? In the volcano? But here's a nice feature. When we jump up, we get some kind of speed boost. We're gonna explore that as well later on. Anyways, here we're closing in to the Serpent Men boss fight. And this is one of the easiest fights, especially in easy mode. So this guy here, he protects himself with a force shield. And he's using his energy to spawn those serpent, lizard, snake creatures to fight us. And by doing this, he is actually killing himself. Because this energy is also what keeps him alive. I had a viewer here in my last run telling me that he actually don't want to live anymore. He just wanted to end. And in the information we were having before, they know that they are doomed, and they're taking out their anger on the human race. Important to remember to eat the eyes. If you're in a volcano fighting snake spirits in front of a demon or whatever it is, you want to make sure to have a snack on that ice. So here is the last wave. There's one more little guy, and then we're done. Here goes the shield. One last creature. You can whack him, you can give him a good whack and kill him. But you see, he had energy left, still died. So he dies. It's so sad. But he's in a better place now. I will take it. Alright, so the last part of the run, guys. A little striptease there. And we're gonna go to the Black Keep, and we're taking the back door, more or less, or the back route. We're gonna close up to the entrance from behind. And what's really cool here that I figure out, no frostbite. No frostbite. And I'm placing the bedroll here in this area just as a safety if we die. Later on, if we die here, the run will end. But if you make a race with someone, you want to bring strats so you can, you know, complete the runs anyways. You don't want to forfeit a run. I think it's okay to forfeit if you have like a lot of issues and, you know, falling behind like tremendously, and also if you have a race with more people. But if you're the last man standing and you know you're gonna lose, don't forfeit, guys. There we go. Just end your run when we have the winner. Then you can quit. But don't forfeit just because you know you're gonna lose. So that's why I wanna implement strats to bring with me in races later on. Because a lot of this is muscle memory. Picking up the bedroll, placing down the bedroll. So up here is a little chest. We open this and have a quick look. We can have a gas orb there, or explosive orbs, whatever, and that can help us in the boss fight. So you want to make sure to just have a quick look in there. So the Black Keep, it's a little bit of a maze. It's not too hard once you've done it 2 times. You will know how it is. And you are first going to get a key. And the key will open the last door so you can reach the boss. And in this room, we will have the key. All you have to do is to interact with that chest, and it automatically puts the key in your inventory. You had some information there letting you know that you got the key. So if you make this good and you turn around, you will be alone. They will de-aggro. In my run, I had a fight. It's a good thing because now we know that we can have a fight here. Sorry, I was distracted. Then we know that we can have a time save here if we don't have the fight. That is the door that opens with the key. And we are facing the Kinscourge, Tyros boy. And we're gonna get the tier of races. So this boss is not super hard if you get him where you want him to be, but he can troll you good. Like you see, he de-aggro on you. So he's not angry. You can't reach him. So he's a bit troll. And here we want the tier of the 2 races. You know, when Tyros the Deathbringer slayed the dragon, he wept. We told you before. So it comes back to us with the tier. I think it makes sense. So this is also where you want the arrow, so you can have aggro from him. But you see he's trolling me here in this run. Again. A good thing. Because now we know that we can make a good time save here. Especially if we bring a gas orb. We can make this very, very fast, this boss fight. Tyros, he was raised as a gladiator and fighting in the arena for the benefit of the giant kings. But you know about this war that happened with the Lemurians? He became a leader for the giant king's armies. To make a long story short, and why he was cursed from his father, is because he met a girl. So he got a Lemurian girlfriend, and that's why Daddy became so angry and cursed him. So it's a love story right there, guys. It's a love story. Have I missed the Degenerate fight again? Yes, you did. Again. You missed it. See. Alright. So we're doing the last part. Once again in the dark, doing the climb. All the darkness. So this is also good because we are stopping, we're bringing out the torch. We're not really sure how to run. Here we do another mistake. I mean, look at this. Out of stamina. So here we have a lot of time save to do as well. If you're lucky, you will see in the comparison video the boss fight. No, we will end the run before. Yeah, so climbing this in the dark, it's a pain. Ooh. So I need to learn how to do this in the dark. And being better on just I'm on this platform. Bring up the torch, just make sure I'm in the right direction, and go. So here we have some happy jumps. Some happiness jumps. Are you guys ready? Whoop, 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 whoop. World record right there. For now. For now. I hope... what happens with the torch? Can you see the torch? That's funny. Oh, that's so weird. That's so weird. Wow. Yeah, you have the fight in the comparison video. Wow, that was weird. The torch. So funny. So funny. Feels good. Feels good.